Hello, this is Philip Allen Travis, and welcome to Love and Knowledge. I'm the author of Croeso Adre. Today I want to talk about extraterrestrials, our galactic family. Basically, I want to get across to people, to those who don't think that either A, they exist, or that they have or are visiting this planet. Again, like I've said in the past couple videos, just watch the Disclosure Project. 5 hours of people admitting it. Watch an interview with Clifford Stone. Now, are these people telling the truth? I don't know. But when you watch the video, and if you study human behavior, the guy is telling the truth. At least what he believes to be the truth. So I'm going to go upon what people who have apparently actually met, have had contact with extraterrestrials say. Because as far as I'm concerned, their word is worth more than other people's who have not. Okay? What is being said is that first off, they care a lot about us. They do. There may be some bad extraterrestrials out there. Some people may call them the Alpha Draconans. Some people may call them the Reptilians. Some people may call them the Anunnaki. But for the most part, they really do care about us. And when people say, well, why don't they just come down? First off, they are. And they're coming to certain groups within the government and other places. Because if they did a mass world disclosure right now, if they were just to come down in their ships, that would be dangerous. We are a violent group of beings. We're dangerous to ourselves, let alone to them. Now, would our puny guns do anything to them? No. They can stop weapons from being used. But then that would be considered, on our part, a threat. It would scare us to the point where we would basically just detonate an atomic bomb, which does more damage than we know. Okay, it does not just damage here in the physical realm, but it does a lot of damage in the astral realm. Okay? Apparently we are put into a quarantine. After we dropped the atomic bomb, after the atomic bomb was dropped on Hiroshima, not too long after that, we went into space, apparently. I'll say apparently because there's evidence to prove it and there's evidence to disprove it. But then we went into space. Now that we have nuclear weapons and now we have space travel, we don't even trust ourselves, and yet look at what we got. So we had to be put into quarantine for the whole universe's sake. Now there's from what Clifford Stone says, from what he has met, there's about 52 different races that he has met alone. Is there more? Most likely. The universe is huge. Of course there would be more than that. But there's about 52 different races that he has met. And every single one of them cares about us. They do. They're a lot more spiritually advanced than we are, technologically advanced than we are. They're a lot more advanced than we are. But apparently we are a new race. Our emotions are a lot stronger, and they look at us, I don't want to say as gods, but they look up to us. When we grow to where we're supposed to be, we're going to be an incredible race. Now, let's look at the past. Now, apparently, the Alpha Draconans, the Reptilians, believe, and this is coming from Alex Collier, I believe. The Reptilians believe that they were the first God creation, one of the first God creations. So one of the first, I don't want to call it humanoid, but one of the first conscious beings. And then around this time, because there was a lot of other beings too, because it was so difficult for a soul to move into so many different bodies. So let's say you had like a praying mantis body, and then the next one you'd be in a reptilian body, and the next one you'd be in a feline body, and then the next one, like these are like humanoid, but with those types of outlines. You kept going into these different bodies. So they started realizing, or not they, but I guess God, the all-knowing conscious ether or whatever, kind of realized that this was difficult for souls to reincarnate into, and there wasn't much evolution because you're constantly basically starting over all the time. And it was difficult to kind of get back to where you were. So it decided, God, quote unquote, God decided to create a single body, like a single one kind of outline, design. And this is the humanoid body. And I believe, if I'm correct in saying this, it started off in the Lyra star system. And that's not too far away from the Draco star system. And apparently there was a huge war for 100,000 years, if not longer, maybe 600,000 years or more. And why there was a fight was because the Alpha Draconans thought that they were being looked down upon, I guess, from God, I guess. From what I understand, we can go past light speed in our body. They can't. Now, this war lasted, like I said, about 600,000 years, just a bit longer. And then both stopped. Both civilizations just said, you know what, stop it. You know, too many people are dying, and it's just, there's nothing we can do. Like, we'll just agree to disagree. Now, after this, the Lyra star system eventually kind of went to an end. At least the planets that this was first started on, this design. And then that moved to the Pleiades, I guess, that moved to Sirius, and it moved all over the place. And eventually came here. And I'm getting the confirmation from my kitty over here. So eventually, along the lines, this is where we are at. The evolution of God, essentially. So when God was made in His creation, I can't really state on that. Because as far as I'm concerned, God is not in a physical body. That just doesn't make any sense. If He created matter, how can He be of matter? He or she. Both, because it is a male-female. Right? But that's neither here nor there. So now we got... now we're on this planet, and we're moving towards this time where people are wanting disclosure. People would love for extraterrestrials to come down and us starting to have a relationship with them. I would love that myself. I think it would be incredible. But you got to realize that they, like I said, they are a lot more spiritually advanced than we are. They speak telepathically. They can speak vocally too, but mostly it's telepathically. They have telekinesis. They have all this. They're clairvoyant, all this stuff. So when they come down, like when you meet one of them, from what Clifford Stone says and Alex Collier, who met Andromedans, that you feel their emotions and they feel yours. But if you feel fear from them, it's because they're afraid of you. They don't know what you're going to do. So before, again, they come down here, we need to be at peace within ourselves so they don't feel threatened when they come down here. And we can start working on a galactic scheme. We can start working with our galactic family. But we're not there yet. Again, it's thanks to the dark forces who have blindsided us with, I don't want to say this, but with movies and TV shows and music and all that have made people jealous, made people angry, made people, want to strive for things that are not spiritual. And it's okay to want TVs, it's okay to want cars, it's okay to want houses, but you gotta look at your divine purpose first and foremost. Your spiritual self is more important than anything of this physical realm. Because when you do die in this physical realm, you're still going to be alive in your astral body, in your soul. Right? So you got to look after your divine purpose first. So that's what they're doing. So when they want to come down here and chat with us, they want to make sure that we are happy within ourselves and that we can at least get along with each other on this planet. So like, how can we meet anyone else if we can't get along with ourselves on this planet? If there's racism still and prejudice on this planet. I mean, look at, again, how much bullying there is, and yet we want to meet other extraterrestrials. And you know what, I've heard, this is something I've heard from some of my friends and from other people. Why would they even want to come down here? Let's say they did travel here. Why would they even want to come down here? if we treat each other like this. And here's the other thing. If we treated each other like this, why wouldn't they treat each other like that? And as far as I'm concerned, that's a legitimate question. But my answer to that is, like I said, they are a lot more advanced spiritually than we are. They went through this already. And they care about us. They heard something, I guess, what was going on this planet, and they wanted to help. Bless them. So anyway, this is getting close to the 15-minute mark. It's 10:30. So that's my rant for today on the extraterrestrials. They do exist. Look up the Disclosure Project. Look up Clifford Stone. Look up Alex Collier. Look up Miriam Delicato. Project Camelot. Okay, there's lots of information out there. I've seen UFOs, but like I said, that was most likely military. But still, it's pretty cool to see these things. Anyway, I just want to say I love you all very much. We will move towards an era when we can start dealing and working with our family, Galactic family. And to the Galactic family, if they're watching this, to any extraterrestrials who end up seeing this, thank you very much for everything you've done. I love you very much, and I look forward to working with you eventually. God bless. I love you. Take care.